these demands of the people in Morocco, and then since then we didn't see a lot of big demands or big manifestations on the streets that took to the streets. So I believe, and after I think the 30th of June 2013, the relations came back maybe to normality because as a monarchy as well, once again, they were allies to the Gulf states, and they are members in the Council of the Gulf States. Now Morocco, even with the geographical distance, they are members of the Council of Cooperation in the Gulf. So they organized, or they harmonized their relations with Saudi Arabia and other countries to support Egypt after the 30s. But we have to take in consideration as well that they have a government which is also, they have some Muslim Brotherhood tendencies, or they are a part of the Muslim Brotherhood movement. So they have this different and difficult balance in the government and the regime.
Yes. So we're speaking
this conservative monarchy and Islamic, or let's say religious tendency,
government.
Yes, in the government.
Yes, yes, and these were few reforms made by the king in order to balance the situation and not to witness a kind of big changes in his country, and that's good. Anyway, for the region, the stability of Morocco is something important for the region. Egypt and Morocco have had very strong relations since or before 1970. After 1970, things were not at their utmost. Not Egypt, not with the whole North African nations. But yes, during the Arab Spring we have seen some changes, and we have seen lots of ups and downs of relations between Egypt and the North African relations. But seriously speaking, if we spoke about Egypt and Morocco in particular, because as you said before, their relations were always normal. A spat, just spats have happened during the past 2 years. If you spoke about that, a media row that occurred with no reason, followed by some fears of from the Moroccan side about Egypt's Algeria's relations, followed by a kind of disputes or a kind of differences of how Egypt's policies would be in this upcoming period, plus Egypt's fears of how Morocco is dealing with Islamists, as you said. So let's take point by point here. If we spoke about this first media issue that had really been exaggerated, much exaggerated here.
Yes, let me say something about Morocco. It has some particularity. They have a king, and this king or this regime of monarchy pretends always to be a religious one, Khalifat al-Muslimin, the Khalifate of the Muslims in Morocco at least, not in the world. So they want and they like to appear like religious regime, to have more support on the streets for this regime. So, even when they are very secular, the laws and the situation in Morocco, the regime is very secular on the core of the government, and the core of the laws are very secular, but they pretend to be religious. This is one point. The other point is the stretched relations between Morocco and the European Union as well. So they try to harmonize the relations with the European Union more than the African arena, because they withdrew from the African Union long time ago. One other thing is the tension, continuous tension between Morocco and Algeria. because in Algeria it was a revolutionary system, and in Morocco it's monarchy, and they have a dispute about the Western Sahara. So we have a tension. So of course any closeness between Egypt and Algeria will provoke some worries from the Moroccan.
Or would be witnessed with some cautious measures and fears.
If it's combined with the Arab Spring, it's combined with dramatic changes, revolutionary changes in the north of Africa, it would provoke or provoked already some tension and some fears from the Moroccan side. One thing is also the situation in Libya. Libya is a member of the Moroccan community, and of course right now this community is not working, it's not functioning, because the tension between Algeria and Morocco, and the situation in Libya as well, and the changes in Tunisia in the past years. So of course Morocco does not want this chaos in Libya like Egypt, like Algeria, but maybe they have a different approach. So I believe, and also what you have mentioned is about these media errors that happened in the past 1 year or so, one from Egyptian side, one from Moroccan side. We don't know why, we don't know who is trying to sabotage these relations. It doesn't have any sense to do so. Both countries apologized for the errors made by some media presenters here and there. What we believe is the relation between the two countries. We don't have any reason for this tension. We don't have any reason for such stress in the relations. I believe the last visit of the foreign minister to Morocco was for this reason, to normalize once again the relations, because there is no reasons. Even when they have a religious or some religious government, they will also always abide by the more general atmosphere in Morocco, which is secular. They don't like to provoke problems in the Moroccan relations with other. They still analyze their relations with Gulf states, especially Saudi Arabia. So we have seen normalization of the situation, no reason for such stress.
Yes. Yes, and I guess we have a report on the visit of Prime Minister Sameh Shoukry to Morocco, and we'll of course we'll take that and we'll come back for discussion.
Morocco's King Mohammed VI has invited Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to visit Morocco. State news agency also reported that Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry met the king in the city of Fez on Friday, delivering a personal message from el-Sisi. El-Sisi has also invited the Moroccan king to Egypt's upcoming Economic Development Conference in March. Shoukry met with Moroccan counterpart Salah ad-Din Muzawar on Friday, and the pair issued a joint press statement.